Hello everybody, it's Crystal. So today I'm going to show you how to make these 3-ring connected ornaments. So I did start the video off showing you, just planning on showing you how to do the 3-ring connect like this. Of course you can connect as many as you want. But in the midst of the video when I was making it, I decided to show you how to do the triple connect like this one. You can do it any way you want. Any way you want. The yarn I used cotton yarn, 3-weight and 4-weight cotton yarn. You can use any yarn you want, any weight of yarn you want. It does not matter, whatever you want. It'll be beautiful no matter what you use. This yarn right here was Hobby Lobby cotton. This yarn right here it's a 4-weight. This yarn right here was from Joann's KC cotton, which is a 3-weight. All 100% cotton. And that gold you see this is from Circulo, the yarn brand company. Bought this off Amazon. Now, I will say, I do mention this at the end of the video, that I've already made several of these for my Christmas tree. And I thought I would just make a video. But this was the first time I used that gold. As much as, and as pretty as I think that gold is, I think it does weigh the ornament down a bit. I think I prefer, although it is quite pretty. You know, I could have put another ring on there, and that would have been cool. Like, swap through the white and the red. Oh, could just make a whole ball of rings. So, yeah, you guys want to do it? So, as I mentioned, this one is like the pink, and then the white is connected to the pink. And then up here, the red is connected to the white. So, the pink and the red are not connected. You can do that as long as you want. On this one, all three are connected together. And as I mentioned, you can do another one, and if you wanted, I suppose, and connect these together. I don't know how to lay. I might give that a go for an ornament for my tree. Just for fun, you know, see what it's like. All right, let's do it. Oh, sorry. I use an H 5mm crochet hook. I use that for the 4-weight and the 3-weight, both the same. But remember, use whatever yarn you have. Great scrap yarn project, all right? Alright, we're going to go ahead and start with the good old slip knot on our hook. And we are going to work a chain, excuse me, of 15. Now we don't want to do a magic ring here, alright, because we need the circle to be open. So chain 15. Alright, there's 15. Now we are going to be slip stitching into the first one to form a ring. Just like that. Now we're going to be working in the center of this ring. We're going to chain one. Now that chain one doesn't count as a stitch, alright? It's just an upper stitch. So get me a little bit taller so I can now work double crochets. So what we want to do is we want to work 30 double crochets through the center of this ring. So we are going to yarn over and insert our hook through the ring, grab our working yarn, pull it back up outside the ring, and then we're going to do our double crochet like normal, where we yarn over and go through 2 loops, and yarn over again and go through the remaining 2 loops. And that is our first double crochet through the ring. Always remember that chain 1 does not count. Unless sometimes I say it will, but it does not count here. All right. And we're going to continue working double crochets through the center of the ring until we have a total of 30 double crochets. Just like this. That is a big ring to go through. My. I'm gonna small it up there so it's easier for me to work with. There we go. Alright, I'm going to continue going until I have a total of 30 double crochets that I've worked into this ring. If it starts to get tight, you can slide them over. But I'll see you here at the end of row 1. Alright, got 30 double crochets, so I'm going to go ahead and end by slip stitching into my first one. First one's always a T-tad lower than the rest, but it's not the chain one. So go ahead and slip stitch into that first one. I'm actually going to put a border on this real quick. Now you can use the same color to border it if you want, or you don't even have to do that at all. So I'm going to tie this color off, and I'm going to switch and use some gold yarn. Remember, you don't have to do it, or you could do it in the same yarn. I've made a couple already for my Christmas tree, and I didn't use the gold. I just used the same yarn. It's really pretty that way. But if you want to put a border, you can just continue where you're at. And what we will do is, actually, I'll just start right there where I left off. And I'm going to hide these tails as I go. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Hiding 2 tails. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to go back into that same stitch that I just worked in. And I'm going to put a single crochet back into that same spot. And remember, if you want to do this with the same yarn, you just do the same thing. Just continue with the same color. You didn't even have to tie it off. Or you could do it with another color. Doesn't matter. Single crochet, chain 1, and then just go directly into the next stitch. Don't skip any. Single crochet, chain 1. Go directly into the next stitch. Don't skip any. Single, chain 1. And we're going to do this all the way around. We're going to single crochet in every stitch and then do a chain 1. Single crochet and chain 1. Single crochet and chain 1. Single crochet and chain 1. It gives a little bit of a ruffle look. That's pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this. Remember, we're not skipping any stitches, all right? We're just single crocheting, and then we're doing a chain 1. Single crochet and chain 1 all the way around, and I'll see you back at the starting point. Alrighty, I made it all the way around. Now make sure after you do your last single crochet that you chain 1 after it, and you want to go ahead and end by slip stitching into your first single crochet. Tie that off, and now I think you should hide any tails that you have before you move on to your next color. So, well, I hid them as I went, so yes, less I have to hide. Gotta hide this one though. Let me do it real quick, and then we'll move on to the next color. Alrighty, let's go to some sparkly white. Slip knot on our hook, and let's do our chain of 15 again. Ready? But don't join it. Don't join it. All right. It's the chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put this right through the center of that ring, our chain, boom, 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 boom. And now we're going to join it around what we just made. So you can see it there. Now go ahead and slip stitch into that first stitch. And now we are just going to repeat what we just did on the first one. Same thing. So we slip stitched like that. And we are going to chain 1, and now we're going to work 30 double crochets through the center. I didn't even slip stitch in the right one. I'm sorry. I make mistakes. I'm sorry. Slip stitch into the first one. All right, and then we're just going to do the same thing that we did on the other ring. Chain 1 and go back through the center of the ring. We're going to work 30 double crochets. And this is how it's done. And when I get my 30 double crochets, I will do what I did on the other ring. In with the slip stitch into my first one. And then if you want to border it, I'm going to border it the same way I bordered this one. And then I'm going to add another ring of red to the white. And you can add as many rings as you want, actually. There is no rules on the number of rings that you can add. You do you. whatever you want, I'm good with it. So I'm going to continue around and do my 30. As you can see, I'm just going to move it around as I go, and you know, it'll be attached to this ring. Alright, I'll see you in a second once I get my 30 double crochets. Alright, 30 double crochets I have done. Gonna go ahead and end a slip stitch in the first one. If you're using the same color and putting a border on it, you go right ahead and do it the same way we did the other one. Single crochet, chain one, single crochet, chain one in every stitch. I'm switching mine out to a different color. Back to the gold I go. Back to the gold I go. Now I'm going to put the gold on. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Alright. Yeah, I'm just going to do the same thing we did before. Chain one. Go back in the same stitch. Single crochet. Chain one. Go into the next stitch. Do not skip any. Single crochet. Chain one. I'm going to hide these tails as I go. Single crochet in the next. Chain one. Single crochet in the next. Chain one. And continue this pattern all the way around till you make it back to your starting point. Again, when we make it around, don't forget to chain one after your last single crochet. We're going to end with a slip stitch into our first single crochet. You want to tie up and go ahead and hide all these tails before you move on to your next ring. Alright, there it is. Now you can keep adding rings as you see fit. And you can put some jingle bells on them at the last, on them, and everything like that. I'm going to try something though with 3 rings. So, go through the green one. Here's my chain. You got the chain here, go to the green one like that. And then what we're going to do is go over the top of the green one, or make sure both sides are, the front side of these are facing you, because it doesn't really matter. But we went through the green one, right? Hold this one here. Take your tail here, come up, and then back under the white like that. You see that? I'll do it again. I don't know what colors you're using, but I'm just saying the colors that I'm using to make it easier. So we went through the green one. You can see. I'm going to hold this one here. Here's my chain back here coming out the back side of the green one. I am going to take it and go over the top of the green one and back through the front side of the white. I don't know what's going to happen. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know what's going to happen. I made these when I was little. I made these when I was little. I will slip stitch and do what we always do. We're gonna do what we always do. I know it seems kind of awkward, and it is. It is, but no, it'll be all right. Slip stitch it up and do your 30, chain one, and do your 30. Here we go. Chain one, and we're gonna do our 30 double crochets around that ring, just like before. And you just got to keep moving your ring around to get it, get the 30 on there. All right, so I'll see you in a second. All right, once you make it around, you just want to end with the slip stitch into your first double crochet there, and then you'll go around it again in the same manner that we did: single crochet, chain one, single crochet. But if you want to make a hanger, you would just chain like however long you want your hanger, probably like 20 or something, 18, 20, I don't know, however long you want it. And then you can just come back down and slip stitch into that first stitch, and then you'll have a hanger. and then you would continue around. Chain 1, single crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, all the way around. When you make it back to your starting point, you could just slip stitch into your first stitch that has the hanger. But I'm gonna do mine in gold, so I'll see you in just a second. Alright, I'm back. So I went ahead and made one where I didn't connect the 3 rings. It's just one ring and then another ring and another ring. You can do as many as you want, but this is what they look like when they're finished. So as much, I've already made some of these for my tree of both flavors here. As much as I like that gold, I think I might be weighing the ornament down a bit. I think I like the looks of it better with the same color. This is the first time I used the gold on them. Like I said, I've already made some for my tree, but this was the first time that I've used the gold. I think it's cool, but yeah, I like it. But maybe it looks better in the same color. But I like them both. But that's it. That's how you do them. It hangs better when that gold is just kind of heavy. That's how you do it. That is both of them. I like this one. It looks Victorian. Pretty, pretty. So I hope you enjoyed my video. If you make somebody, show me a pic on my Bagoday Facebook page. I'd like to see it. See what colors you guys use. You know, just see yours in general. And don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed. If you didn't, then you don't have to hit it. That's alright. I'll see you on my next one, okay? Whatever it might be. Take care. Bye, guys.